Good evening, and welcome to the public hearing for the Livingston Board of Adjustment. Today is August 20th, 2026. If you're an applicant for a D or use variance, you should be aware that such a variance can only be granted after showing that special reasons for the grant of the variance exists, and the variance can be granted without substantial detriment to the zoning plan of the Township of Livingston. You should also be aware that in order to be granted such a variance, you will require an affirmative vote of 5 members of the 7-member Board of Adjustment. Other variances require a majority of 4 members to grant that variance. If you're an applicant for any variance and your variance is denied by this board, you have a right to appeal to the Superior Court of the State of New Jersey within 45 days of notice of decision, and that court may overturn the decision of this board. If you're an objector to any type of variance that has been granted, you too may appeal to the Superior Court of the State of New Jersey within 45 days of notice of decision. If you do file an appeal, I ask that you please provide a copy of your complaint to the Planning Administrator, Jackie Hollis. Pursuant to requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act, also known as the Sunshine Law, adequate notice of this meeting was provided to the Star Ledger and West Essex Tribune, and a copy was also posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building. In addition to having notice posted, notice of this meeting was placed on the Township's website. Members of the public will have an opportunity to ask questions or to make statements regarding each application at the appropriate time. When the time comes, if you would like to address the board, please come to the front and use a microphone so we can make sure your comments or questions are part of the record. To the members of the public, I would like to remind everyone that this board exists for the sole purpose of making adjustments to the township zoning rules. The rules are developed and affirmed by the town council. As a board, we listen to testimony presented for each application and make our decisions based on the township rules, state guidance, as well as rulings issued by the New Jersey courts. We are very happy when the public comes forward and asks questions and or make statements. In fact, this board always encourages it. However, as a board, we are not going to discuss how we reach our conclusions or how and why we voted for or against an application further than what is required by law. I'd also remind the public that communication with board members is limited to the time when we are in session. Please do not email or call us. We have volunteers and it is improper to contact us out of these chambers. Thank you for your understanding. We will now call the roll.
Okay. Mr. Horn. Here. Mr. Shaw.
Here.
Mr. Sherman.
Here.
Ms. Yuan.
Here.
Mr. Weissman.
Here.
Ms. Khan is here. Mr. Beer.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Excellent. Let's call our first application.
Block 6001, Lot 62, 9 Tower Road, application number 2026-26-V, Tao Zhang. Applicant seeks approval to construct a new single-family residence in violation of the following sections. 170-97C2 front yard setback, 60 feet required, 40 feet proposed, 20 feet variance requested. 170-97C3 right side yard setback, 15 feet required, 13.25 feet proposed, 1.75 feet variance requested. 170-97C4 rear yard setback, 50 feet required, 29.25 feet proposed, existing, 20.75 variance requested. 170-87CC2 habitable floor area ratio, 18% allowed, 29.65% proposed, 11.65% variance requested.
Welcome back.
Hit the button.
There you go.
Okay.
Good
All right.
evening.
Good evening. Ms. Wu, right?
Yes,
Okay. You're the architect. You're going to be testifying tonight.
correct.
And we've qualified you in the past in the field of architecture. Your license to practice in the state of New Jersey is current and update?
Yes.
Okay. Can we please get, I'm going to swear you in, but can I also have a full spelling of your name?
Yeah. My first name is Qiong, Chung, and last name is Wu, W.
Okay. I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
Yes.
Right, zoning, right. Okay, zoning board tonight, yes.
You're off to a good start.
Oh, man. I remember, it's the rain, it's throwing me off. Okay, and as we just discussed before, your qualifications have all been on the record before, and you've been qualified in the field of architecture.
We can accept you as an expert in the field of architecture.
Go ahead, Ms. Wu.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me, is the drawing here in the folder? Then this is the survey, maybe.
Please stand by. We are having technical difficulties. Always wanted to say that.
Oops, I didn't mean to close that.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Just as long as it works.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Okay, finally it's there. Great. So good evening, Chairman and board members. Tonight, I'm pleased to present our revised proposal based on comments that we received from the board in June. So tonight, we are seeking for a total of 4 variances, 1 habitable floor area ratio variance and 3 setback variances. So let me just zone in to the site survey. So first one is the habitable floor area ratio variance. The revised proposal that we are showing tonight reduces the habitable floor area from 3,548 square feet in June to the current number, which is 3,229 square feet floor area. So the proposed ratio has also been reduced from 32.6% to 29.65%. The massing footprint and deck area has been also reduced in the current design. And the remaining 3 variances that we have are related to the setbacks. So the first one is the front yard setback, which the required setback is 60 feet, and we are proposing 40 feet, requiring a variance of 20 feet. The second one is the right side yard setback. The required setback is 15 feet. The building itself complies. However, the deck is proposed at 13.25 feet, requiring a really minor variance of 1.75 feet. And this limited relief will allow the owner to let the deck align with the east facade of the house. And lastly, the third setback variance is the rear yard setback. And since the June meeting, we have reduced both the first floor footprint and the deck area. The required rear yard setback is 50 feet, and now we are proposing 35.25 feet to the building and 29.25 feet to the deck. And this is a significant reduction from the previous design in June. And we believe the revised design represents a meaningful reduction in size and scale in response directly to the board's previous comments. And we respectfully ask the board to consider and approve our requested variances. And thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions now.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public want to make a statement regarding this application? I'll make a quick statement. Thank you very much for taking our suggestions into consideration and redesigning the house. I think this is much better. Anybody
Thank
else
you.
have any statements on the board?
I'll concur.
Okay. Would anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes?
Ms. Yuan?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, let's call the next application.
Block 1506, Lot 42, 26 Crestview Hill Road, application number 2026-59-V, Rodak Builders LLC. Applicant seeks approval for a new single-family house in violation of the following sections. 170-99C2, front yard setback, 40 feet required, 33.8 feet proposed, 6.2 feet variance requested. 170-87CC4, habitable floor area ratio, 30% allowed, 35% proposed, 5% variance requested.
Chairman Richard Skolnick on behalf of the applicant. We're in the R4 zone. We do meet the 3220 square feet or under by about 100 square feet. I thought I'd go right to Mr. Graviano for brevity, and we have the architect here if necessary.
Great, we appreciate that.
Okay. Mr. Graviano?
Not that we don't love hearing from Mr. Cedra, just so Mr. Cedra doesn't
Deeply.
feel bad.
Deeply.
Yes. All right. Do you swear affirm tell the truth for this zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay. Mr. Graviano, can you do us the favor of just stating your name for the record?
Yes, Nicholas Graviano, Graviano Gillis, Architects and Planners.
Okay, and Mr. Graviano's been qualified on numerous occasions as a planner before this board. Mr. Graviano, I know you recently renewed your planning license, so you haven't gotten an email since saying that you had to pay more, you missed a...
No, the state of New Jersey is allowing me to do this till 5/31/28.
Okay, well, we'll have to mark it down on our calendars, Mr. Graviano.
We can accept you as expert in professional planning.
Thank you, Chairman. Pleasure being here as always. I'm going to keep this brief. It's a relatively simple application. This is a application for a D4 habitable floor area variance, as well as a C variance for the front yard setback. This is a specific piece of property known as Block 1506, Lot 42, with a street address of 22 Crestview Hill Road. The applicant is slightly undersized for the lot. 9,043 square feet exists today, whereas 9,375 square feet is required by ordinance. There are many benefits to this application, cleaning up some existing nonconformities. Mainly the front yard today is 30.84 feet. The applicant's bringing that to 33.8 feet. So the front yard setback is being increased by 3 feet from the existing condition. Additionally, there's a deficient side yard setback that's being rectified with this application. 7.9 feet exists today. The applicant is bringing the new house into conformance at 10 feet. That also goes to the aggregate side yard condition. 16.84 exists today, whereas a conforming 20 feet is proposed with this application. Would also like to note that the applicant is proposing a stormwater dry well as part of this application, something that doesn't exist today. As Mr. Skolnick indicated in his intro, we are under the 3220 at 3165 square feet, and that does also account for roughly a 62 square feet, two-story foyer, which is double counted. Obviously, this is an applicant that's improving many conditions on the site today. The site can accommodate the increased habitable floor area ratio. It's meeting all setbacks. It also is advancing purposes of zoning A, G, and I, the municipal land use law. Purpose A, in that it's proposing a new dwelling constructed to modern building standards. G, that there's sufficient space and appropriate location for the residential use. And then lastly, purpose I, desirable visual environment through creative development techniques and good civic design and arrangement. Moving on to the C variance for the front yard setback variance, it does meet the intent of the setback averaging ordinance. The average front yard setback of lot 39, 40, 41, 43, 44, and 45 is 33.8 feet, and that 33.8 feet is what the applicant's proposing before the board this evening. So that variance could be granted under the C2 criteria, advancing purposes of zoning A, G, and I, as were given with the D4H FAR variance. Both of those variances can be granted without substantial impairment to the zone plan or zoning ordinance.
Nick, we're a little bit under height also.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are under height. We are at 33.65, where 35 feet is permitted.
Does anybody have any questions for this witness? Well, you wouldn't generally answer this. I assume there's no access to the attic. We can confirm that?
There's a pull down.
Pull
to the
down, right.
attic. Yes.
Okay. Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness?
Mr. Sedger would not dare design a walk up to the
He's-
attic.
He knows the drill. Does anybody in the public want to make any statements regarding this application? Nope. Anybody in the public, and the board want to make any statements? Back to you, sir.
Now, we do have a D variance on the 5 affirmative, we're requesting approval.
Okay. Does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Ms. Yuan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Thank
board.
you. Stay dry.
I know. It's actually going to be nice. That house needs a change. Block 7500, Lot 8, 27 Cornell Drive, application number 2026-29-V. Utkarsh Patel, Purvi Sharma, and Srijith N. Hi. Okay. Applicant seeks approval and addition in violation of the following sections: 170-96C2, front yard setback, 75 feet required, 53.5 feet proposed, 21.5 feet variance requested. 170-96C4, rear yard setback, 75 feet required, 66.2 feet proposed, 8.8 feet variance requested. 170-CC1, habitable floor area ratio, 15% allowed, 22.16 proposed, 7.16 variance requested.
Welcome. Oh, push the little button. There
Can you
go.
hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good evening, members of the zoning board. My name is Ruchi Dhar, Ruchidhar. I am here as an architect representing my client. I hold Bachelor's of Architecture degree. I'm NCARB certified. I hold license. My license is active in New Jersey, New York, and Maryland, and I've been licensed since 2016.
Can we just add in your schooling?
I did my architecture from India, my bachelor's in architecture. I got evaluated here through NCARB. That's why I hold the NCARB license.
That's fine. All good.
Okay, let's swear you in. Do you swear firm and tell the truth for this zoning board tonight?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, Chair, I think we have the qualifications for the architect.
Yes. Where was I? I lost my train. Anyone on the board have any questions or objections regarding this witness? There being no objections, the witness is accepted as expert in architecture.
Thank you. All right. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So the subject property is 27 Cornell Drive, Livingston, Block 7500, Lot A. This falls in the R1 zone. I'm going to go through this presentation. I know the board has the drawings, so I'll quickly go over page by page through the presentation. This is the tax map showing the location of the site. It's a corner property, R1 zone. It's basically the intersection of Cornell Drive and Princeton Road. You can see where the lot lies, the corner. This shows the aerial view of the neighborhood, the rest of the houses next to the property. Another one which shows the location of the site, the property. This specifically shows the topography of the site, the road, the Cornell Drive and the Princeton Road, and how the neighboring houses are at an uphill. And the corner, our subject property is here. These are the existing pictures of the site, the front view of the existing house, the side view from the Princeton Road. This is another picture from Princeton Road. This is the back side showing the steep topography of the site, showing the existing deck and the rear yard. The aerial view of showing specifically the existing deck, which is about 770 square feet. The rear view of the house showing the deck and the entire existing house with the basement. This is the site plan. The site area is about 27,924. The existing property is a bi-level style single-family home that has 2,705 square feet area. We are proposing renovation and addition to the existing single-family house, thereby maintaining the character of the residential use. We're looking to convert this bi-level property, the bi-level house, into a colonial-style single-family home with a basement. In the existing house, we have two-car garage. We are retaining that. We are keeping the basement. And we are also adding one-car garage, which fits well into the neighborhood. Typically, the houses in that neighborhood, they have three-car parking. We are also including some site improvements, a new driveway, swimming pool in the back, patio, and deck improvements. What I mean by the deck improvement is basically we're reducing the deck size now to about 300 square feet from the earlier huge deck. I'm going to describe the existing conditions, the physical characteristics of this property. This falls in the R1 zone, requires a minimum lot area typically under the R1 zone as 35,250 square feet, and our site is specifically 27,924 square feet. The existing lot width is about 135 feet compared to a typical lot in the R1 zone, which is 150. Our existing lot depth is 176 feet compared to the typical standard lot of 235 feet. These are the existing lot dimensions and the site areas that are more consistent with the R2 zone. Now, these conditions are pre-existing non-conforming, and our proposal does not create these deficiencies. In addition, this property is also a corner lot property in between the Princeton Road and the Cornell Drive. And the zoning analysis recognizes that the corner lot provisions, the steep slopes, and the property's narrow lot characteristics. I will now go over the three variances.
Before you
Yes.
leave this, I don't think we have this page. So can you give a copy to,
Let's call it,
This
call
is-
it
A1.
Exhibit A1.
Sure. This
You have
is, these are all the
oh, it's
exhibits
in the link,
saved
okay.
in the folder.
I didn't see
It's in
that.
the link?
We have it?
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
All
Sorry
right,
about
then
that.
we're not going to call it, just for the clarity of the record, we're not going to call it Exhibit A1 because it's already been provided.
Okay. This is the zoning chart for the R1 zone, which shows the proposed areas. I'm going to go over the first variance, which is the front yard setback variance from the Cornell Drive side. The primary setback for a standard lot is 75 feet for the front. The proposed setback that we are proposing is 53.6 from the front property line, resulting in a variance of 21 feet 6 inches. It's important to note that the existing house was set back at 59.3 feet from the property line, and this is a pre-existing non-conforming condition. So given the location of the house and the existing side depth hardship compliance with 75 feet, it won't be possible without requesting a variance for this side. The other corner, since it's a corner property, the other front yard, we comply with that regulation. Now, coming back to the second variance, which is the rear setback variance for the deck, the house complies with the rear setback, which is 75 feet. It's the deck location and the square footage for which we are asking for a variance. The 75 feet setback is required, and the deck is attached to the house. The deck needs to be 200 square feet, and it cannot be more than 3 feet. But looking at the existing, the conditions that we have with the house, the topography, we are basically removing the existing deck, making it smaller in size, so about 300 square feet. And this is more than 3 feet from the exterior grade, so we're asking for an 8.8 feet variance. Now, this deck, it represents a substantial reduction in the area of the size of the raised deck compared to what it was. Going to the third variance, which is the D variance, habitable floor area ratio. This, as per the R1 zone, it should be, must be maximum 15%. The proposed habitable area is about 6,189 square feet, for which we are asking for a 7.16% ask, because our percentage is 22.16. Hence, the relief is because of the existing lot area, which is undersized lot, pre-existing condition, smaller than what a typical lot in the R1 zone would be. Our HFA, which is habitable floor area, it relates to 265 square feet, which is the double height foyer area, and some area from the garage, which is about 475 square feet. So this accounts to about 740 square feet of area, which is non-habitable, in the sense we say that we will not be converting that into a habitable space. The double height foyer is something which will not be used in future to make another room on top. And if this was a standard lot with 35,250 square feet, we would have got the additional square footage with it. Regarding the other bulk variances, we comply with the height variance, we comply with the left side variance, we comply with the rear yard setback to the house. We also comply with the street setback from the Princeton Road, the front setback. And we are under the maximum 35 feet building height. So we are not seeking any bulk variance for any other besides the 3 that I just mentioned. On a positive criteria, going to the provisions of MLUL, section 40-55D 70C1, the circumstances of the site creates these situations, the combination of the undersized lot, because of its width and the depth and the corner lot, the configuration has created these variances for us. So the proposed design, it provides a better overall result for this property, and it's preserving the existing footprint of the house. If you see another slide, this is the front view of the house. This is the back view. We have a pool, in-ground pool. We have a patio around it. These are the side elevations for this house. Using high-quality materials, this house is going to give a better curb appeal to the neighborhood, completely fits into the neighborhood of the R1 zone. These are the floor plans where we show basically what we are doing on every level, basement level. The first floor, which has 1 bedroom, 1.5 bathrooms. The second floor has 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. I don't think there's a negative impact on the neighborhood and to the public good, and this is effectively meeting all the engineering requirements, which our civil engineer would testify and elaborate more on that. There's no significant traffic that would be created because of this, and the design of the house well aligns with the neighborhood, and this will create a good visual environment for everyone. In conclusion, I just want to, again, say that we are requesting 3 variances, which is basically based on the unique characteristics of the site. And the house is carefully designed to make it work and fits well into the neighborhood. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Does anybody on the board have any questions for this witness?
Okay, yeah, I have a couple of questions. I know you had mentioned this is the existing house is a bi-level house, but in looking at the plans, it looks like this is really a ranch with just a raised ranch with a basement. There's no,
It has a basement and a first floor, so.
right, but you walk in on the main level. There's no bi-level where you're walking into stairs to go up or down. So it's really it's really a ranch, not a,
It's more like a, yes,
okay.
yeah.
God, what else?
But we're turning it into a colonial home that's going to fit well into the neighborhood.
So, what? So, as you mentioned, this is an undersized lot, correct? It's really more in line with like an R2, where their standard lot size would be 25,000 square feet. So I'm having a little difficulty looking at the size of the house on that particular lot. I'm not so sure that it is appropriate for that size lot. To me, it seems like the house is a little bit too large, coming in at what, almost 200 square feet, where for an R2, the size house would be 4870.
Right,
So for me, it seems a little large.
So I want to lay importance on the fact that, first, our site is undersized, right?
Right,
It's a
that's the
corner site,
problem,
which
right.
kind of forces us that we have 2 setbacks now to deal with, which are front yard setbacks. Now, in terms of the massing of the house, what we are doing is also keeping the footprint of the house intact. We are doing a little bit of addition in the basement, but the mass for the basement, the existing basement walls, they stay in place. And in terms of the addition, if you look at the, I've increased that. The red line is basically the outline of the existing house. And look at the topography of the site. It's sloping downhill, right? So the way the other houses are in the neighborhood is that they're looking underneath this because of the way the topography is. So the mass of the building was before, it was the first floor, and the extent of the house was shown as red. We only doing on the ground floor and the basement, we're extending it out slightly. And in terms of the second floor, we are setting it back. If you look at these elevations, in the front, we are setting it back from the street. And 2 things are important too. In terms of the habitable floor area, we have the double height foyer, and we have the garage area. So those, they get counted.
What is do you have the square footage of the
Yes.
double height foyer?
So the double height
I know.
foyer area is about 200, one second. Yeah, it's 265. And then the garage area, after 450, after we subtract that, is about 475. So this comes out total to be 740 square feet. And if this was a 35,000 square feet site, we would have already got about 5,287 square feet if it was a
Right,
standard
but that's
lot.
what the issue is that the lot isn't large, the lot
Right.
isn't that size, right? So
And that's actually
we
the
can't make it
hardship.
bigger, right?
That's the hardship
it's
that we
not-
have.
It's not really a hardship, but that's just the size of the lot, yes. Okay.
So yeah, those 2 areas, they get counted, and they are non-habitable spaces.
Ed?
But that's what the zoning law says, that they are counted, right? And at the end of the day, I appreciate you continue to go back to an undersized lot, but you're trying to max out to the maximum of what you could put square footage on a house on a 20% undersized lot. And if I do the math, you rightly say about 20% undersized lot, but you're asking for effectively 64% over the habitable square footage. I just think on a 20% undersized lot, you've made no compromises on the size of the house, so you're trying to build the maximum house that that zone allows on a 20% smaller lot. It's just too big.
I also want to point out the fact that if you look at the neighborhood houses, the way the massing is for all the neighbors, in order to make it fit into the R1 zone, it's also the other houses that are bigger in square footage. So
But
to
those
make-
houses are probably sitting on
Bigger lots.
standard R1 lot sizes. So let's just look at your house and not look at the other houses, because when we do evaluate the houses, we look at everything, we look at it in a vacuum. We're not looking at other homes. So we're going to look at your lot and your, and your issues, okay?
The other thing that I have, you're saying that the basement walls are staying or whatever, but could you go to that drawing that's got the first sheet that's got the red lines and the?
Yeah.
That one. So the one you just had was fine.
Yeah.
That one. So the red dashed line is the existing house, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're talking about the basement walls are staying, but in essence, you're blowing out the whole front of this house, so it comes out that much further. 3/4 of it comes out way further than it did before. You're coming out even further on the side yard that's already, it's a corner lot, so you're already intruding further on the side because you're coming out the side as well. This is what we mean when we say that the house is too big for the lot. I get the rear lot line, I get that maybe affecting the deck and the rear yard setback, that doesn't concern me, but the size of the home is way too large. And I know, yes, we look at everything in a vacuum, but if you did look at the other house on the other corner, number 31, it could be as large as what you're proposing, but that lot is so much bigger than your lot. And it's a squared off lot, and it could handle that size home, and it's not large on the lot. If you look at your house the way it is today, even before you even did this, it looks like it's oversized for the lot, and then now you're planning on trying to make it that much bigger and pulling it that much further to the street and that much further to the, and your house is already one of the closest ones to the street. So now you're pulling it even further to the street. So every other house is set back way further on that street.
Yeah, and to that point, I would say that the front setback to the Princeton Road, we are compliant with that. So we are not asking for a variance on that side. And if you look at the front, it was already non-compliant. All we added was a little bit of an extension to the house, gave a better curve appeal that makes this house fit into the neighborhood. And like you can see how the house is looking now compared to what it was, we are making this fit into the right neighborhood where bigger houses are.
So I don't dispute the house is beautiful. And if you had a full-size lot, either you wouldn't be here, or maybe you'd be here for something minor, right? So this isn't a criticism of the design at all. I know that area very well. But the challenge is, you have a 20% undersized lot that you're trying to max the building space on. You're already, as you rightly say, closer to the road, you have a pre-existing condition, and you're bringing it even further to the road. And I think what you're hearing from the board is a hesitancy from all of us that the house is just simply too big for the lot that you have. So it's up to you guys. Maybe you want to confer with your owners, or maybe you want to ask for a extension to come back with a proposal that you think we might accept, but you're hearing kind of the tone from the board. So maybe you want to consult with your client for a moment?
Sure, and I want to ask one thing. If we line it up with the existing house where the red line is, would that make a difference?
I'd have to see how the square footage comes out, et cetera. Like I said, you're 20% undersized lot. You're going right to the max of the square footage, and from a habitable square footage, you're asking for a 64% variance. You're just going too big for the lot as of right now. So I would need to see, for myself personally, a significant reduction to get comfortable that the house fits the property that you own.
I just want to make sure, the habitable floor area ratio, we're asking for 7.16%
When you do the math.
in terms of the,
Exactly, so it should be 18%. But sorry.
so right now we are
Sorry, yeah, 15%, it's still too big.
22%.
But you're on a 20% undersized lot. You're correct. Sorry, you're absolutely correct on the habitable square footage, right? When you have a 20% undersized lot, you have a 20% undersized lot, and you're maxing out to basically the max that you can. And as my colleague said, right, the size of this lot is much closer to an R2, which would be a 4,800 roughly square foot house. It's just too big for the lot.
I'll just add, I do agree with all my colleagues. You do have this pre-existing condition. Generally, we find when there's a pre-existing condition, it doesn't get worse or they try to make it better. So I think that's part of the hesitation from the board, is that it's being exacerbated as opposed, it's being made worse instead of better. So, but why don't you confer for a second, we'll take a break for
you.
2 secs.
So I just had the discussion. We would like to come back, but before we come back, I would like to know your thoughts in terms of the square footage. What you think is the ideal for this size of the property?
That's really difficult for us to say. It goes to the whole design, how it fits and everything else. We really can't design on the fly at the board. We'd love to say, hey, there's a number and go hit it. We just really can't do that, and we really shouldn't do that. So I'd have to defer from doing that. So, sorry. I would, but it just doesn't work out well.
I think you've heard enough comments from everybody on the board that I think you have a general sense of where, what we're thinking. So when you go back, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for
Well,
your
let's
time.
give you a date before you go here.
I think you've heard the commentary from the board. I know you, as professionals, will take those comments, talk to your client, come up with whatever you believe is an appropriate option to bring back to the board. Because of the timing, we're a little tight to get you on to the September date. We would put you on for the October 27th date, which I think should give you more than enough time to take a look at it and for you all, the professionals, to work up the plans and then come back on October 27th. So if I can, Chair, if anybody's, I don't think anybody's here, but if anybody's here on this application for 27 Cornell Drive, the matter is being adjourned to October 27th. There is no need to renotice. You don't have to put out anything in the paper. You don't have to send anything in the mail. You've already done that. This is the notice, okay? And then just please make sure that when you have your plans done and updated, that you provide them to the township within enough time. We have a 10-day, it has to be delivered 10 days. Well, there's a 10-day time limit to get it over to zoning, but it first also has to go over to township. So the sooner you're done with them and you want to submit them to the township, the better off you're going to be to meet that October 27th date. Is that correct, Catherine?
Correct. So you need to resubmit to zoning, the zoning department, for an updated denial.
Okay.
They need 10 days to review it. We need the denial and the updated plans 10 days prior to the meeting, so the 17th. So just
Yeah.
calendar, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please call the next
Okay.
application.
13 Clover, Block 5701, Lot 7, 13 Clover Lane, application number 2026-46-V, 13 Clover Lane, LLC. Applicant seeks approval to construct a new single-family residence in violation of the following sections: 170-98C2, front yard setback, 50 feet required, 42 feet proposed, existing, 8 feet variance requested. 170-87CC3, habitable floor area ratio, 21% allowed, 24.53 proposed, 3.53 variance requested. Hello.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. John Barbarula on behalf of the applicant. And Mr. Wenzel, I have Mr. Amon Sadra
Okay.
for my architect, if you please.
Okay, so, Mr. Sedra, do you swear affirm and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
All right, Mr. Sedra, just do us the favor, since you're coming up now, why don't you state and spell your name for the record?
First name is Ayman, A-Y-M-N. Last name is Cedra, S-C-E-D-R-A.
All right, Ms. Sedra has been qualified many times before this board in the field of architecture. Ms. Sedra, your license to practice in the field of architecture in St. New Jersey is current and up to date, correct?
Correct.
Chair?
We can accept you as an expert in architecture.
Thank you. Amon, could you please just go over briefly for the board? They're very familiar with your projects. We can start out with the fact that this is a pull downstairs to the, to the attic.
Let's start with
On the record.
I think I'm going to put that as a,
Bring the mic closer to you, John.
okay. I think we should have that in a little placard. There is no access other than a pull down.
But I was leaving that part to the end.
All right, well, we want to give them a
killing it.
good
We'll be killing
tidbit
it.
first. So you could just go over briefly the description of the subject property, please?
Sure. So this is a new single-family house for 13 Clover Lane. We are applying for two variances here. The first variance is the front yard variance, where 50 feet is required. We have 42 feet, but we are also following the average frontage of the next-door properties, where the average setback, as per the study on the left side, shows us 40 feet, 0.57. And we are at 42. So we're a little bit more than the average, and also we're a little bit more than the existing house. The existing house was at 40 feet, 40.5 feet.
So we made that condition better.
We made that condition better. The next variance is the ratio where 21 is required. We are at 24.5. So the total square footage for the floor area ratio we're proposing here is 3220, and we're way below the habitable floor area, where it requires 3,520. And these are the only two variances we have. The building height, we are at 32.25, where 35 is required. And the rest of the requirements, they're good. We don't have any variance for those.
We do have a double height foyer, correct?
We have a double height foyer, and the area that's counted twice is about 70 square feet or 72 square feet. And that's only used at the first floor. And obviously, this was added toward the square footage.
So the small variance that we're looking for includes that double counting there.
Correct.
Basically, I think that's all we really have to outline everything that everything else on this lot, as you saw from the submissions, meets the bulk requirements, and we're under the allowable floor, actually the amount of square footage. So I submit, Amon, for any questions the board may have.
Mr. Sedra, I think we just, Mr. Horn just pointed out to me, I think you have a typo.
Yeah.
On, I know Mr. Beer was looking at it as well. On your zoning table, you have under maximum habitable floor area ratio, you have first, second floor, you have some numbers in there, and then you mark it as variance, and then where you have the percentage, you mark it as variance. I think you just probably had a typo there. There's only one variance for the habitable.
Yeah, it's just one variance, yes, for the ratio, correct.
Correct.
The number itself is.
You meet, the home is at or below the actual habitable floor area, just. for the
Correct, that's
record.
the next line, actually, in the next one.
Right.
It just,
All right, so.
Just
Yeah.
typo.
We did show it in a separate way, but yeah, I agree with you. I think the variance word should be removed from the square
Okay, so
footage
in
one.
resolution compliance, you'll make sure that that's all taken care
Yes.
of.
Thank you, we can do that.
Okay, does anyone on the board have any questions for this witness?
No, I have a statement.
Yeah, I just think we need for the record, because you're looking for a D2, that you think this lot, that this house this property can accommodate this size house.
Of course.
You know,
The property, this house is well suited for this size
Correct,
property.
yes. It fits in this neighborhood.
Any other questions from the board for this witness? Does anyone in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anyone in the public want to make a statement regarding this application? Does anybody on the board want to make a statement?
I'll make a statement. I just wanted to say thank you for coming in front of us with a very well-thought-out plan. I think the house fits nicely on the lot. Thank you for coming in under the habitable floor area and for the lower roof line. I think it'll look very nice there. So thank you for putting the house and planning it very nicely.
I agree. Appreciate the fact that it is a slightly undersized lot, and you came in with a house that was, from a square footage, slightly undersized, so you took that into account, so we appreciate that.
Thank you so much. With your permission, I have Nick's partner in crime here tonight, the planner, or if you don't
Sure.
feel that we have sufficient information.
If you want to.
We can, at this point,
I think we're,
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I'm gonna have Nick's cohort here sit down. You want to say hello? You want to say hello to her? She's
Hi there.
a planner in Jersey City, a very competent young lady.
Next time. Not as handsome as Nick.
But I don't know about that.
That's your view.
I think that she's being overly kind to Nick, but we'll leave that go. Based upon what I have presented with the architect here and the site plan that Amon has done a very excellent job on, I would ask the board to move this application for approval.
does anyone on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second you. Either one.
Who seconded it?
One.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
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 I'm not even on microphone. Mr. Weissman? Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Hopefully I'll get to see you again, and that way you can stay out of my wife's hair. I work a little more.
Your wife keeps on calling us and saying to keep you here.
I'm going to send you a letter saying, hey, make sure he comes back again.
Have a great, enjoy the summer.
Bye-bye. Block 1307, Lot 10, 33 Cobblewood Road, application number 2026-47-V, Rakna Maheshwari. Applicant seeks approval for second-floor rear addition in violation of the following sections: 170-87CC4, habitable floor area ratio, 30% allowed, 34.08% proposed, 4.08% variance requested.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi, my name's Jeffrey Lewis. I'm an architect at Palermo Edwards Architecture, here representing 33 Cobblewood Road. I don't believe that, oh, you want to swear me in first?
So,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis, before I swear you in, let me just say this for the record. This is the first architect that we've had that actually has worn a tie, number one. Number two, wore a bow tie, which, members of the board understand that I'm woefully underdressed tonight. So, Mr. Lewis, you win the prize for best dressed architect.
Oh, well, it's the
All right,
first for
Mr.
everything,
Lewis.
all right.
Do you swear affirm and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you already stated and spelt your name for the record. Why don't we get your qualifications on briefly?
Sure. My name is Jeffrey Lewis, Jeffrey-Lewis. I graduated from NJIT with a Bachelor in Architecture in 2004, hard to remember, and got my license in New Jersey in 2011, and it has been active and in good standing ever since then.
Excellent. Does anyone on the board have any questions or objections regarding this witness? There being no objections, the witness is accepted as expert in architecture. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay. So 33 Cobblewood Road is an existing split-level home. It doesn't have a basement. The building itself is mostly a two-story building, except at the back of the building, we have a little one-story family room at the back, and there we're proposing to add a second story, which will be a new bedroom. And we also have a one-story sunroom in the back, which is just going to remain untouched. We're not increasing the lot coverage or building coverage here. We have the same amount of roof area. We're also not increasing the building height, which is well under the requirement. I think we're around 26 square feet, or 26 feet, where 35 is allowed. We are, however, asking for one variance, and that is for habitable floor area ratio. We are under on the total habitable square footage allowed. However, 30% is allowed for the ratio, and we're asking for 34.08%. Just to move on to the site plan here. Actually, I think you can see on the site plan, as I mentioned, this shaded area here is where we're putting the addition. It is on the back of the building. I do want to walk, this is the first floor plan. We're not doing any work here. It's all garage and living space. So I'm going to skip by that and go to the upper level plan, where we have this shaded area in the back corner. This is the new bedroom area. It's a total of 20 feet, 10 inches by 18 feet. Again, totally over an existing first floor. We are combining this space with what was an existing small bathroom and small bedroom to create a new master suite with a larger bathroom, with 2 walk-in closets, and then the 1 bedroom. So I think the important thing here is we're not actually adding a bedroom, and we're not actually adding a bathroom. Those counts stay exactly the same. We're just turning it into a nicer bathroom and a nicer bedroom. Also, I mentioned there's no basement in this space. The attic is also very small. As you'll see with the elevations, it's a very low roof pitch, so there's not a lot of storage space up there. So there's very limited storage in this house, so the walk-in closets are going to be a great benefit for the homeowner. Lastly, I have the elevations. Again, I think you could see the shaded area is what's new. We did a pretty nice job fitting it into the house and also not increasing the building height at all. All the finishes are going to match what's existing on the building now. That includes the fascias, the shingles, the siding, the windows, and the window trim. And I think the last thing I just want to bring everyone's attention to, here's the right side elevation. Again, this is the back of the house. It's something you can't even see from the street, so we don't think this has really a negative effect on the neighborhood itself. With that, I can answer any questions you have about it.
Does anybody on the board have any questions regarding this witness?
I just have sort of a math question.
Sure.
Okay. So your lot is the 9375. That's what your lot is. You said it was undersized, but it's not?
No, we're a conforming lot.
You're conforming lot, okay. And your habitable floor area is 3195.
Correct.
So you're 5 feet under the required.
I think it was 3,200 that was allowed here. Am I wrong on that?
Right, so you're,
25.
right,
3,220, so we're 225 square feet under.
right, so you're way under.
Yes,
Okay. So why are you here?
because we are
Variance.
over on the floor area ratio.
Okay,
Ratio.
okay, okay.
But thank you.
I know, because our numbers aren't right.
Does anybody else on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the board, and the public have any questions for this witness? Would anybody in the public like to make a statement regarding this application? Would anybody on the board would like to make a statement? I'll make a statement. I think you did a very nice job of fitting this into the existing house and keeping it, I think it's a great addition. Does anybody
Thank you.
else have any statements? Would someone like to make a motion?
Make a motion.
I'll second his motion.
Okay. Mr. Sherman?
No, Mr. Horn first.
Oh, Mr. Horn, sorry. Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Ms. Yuan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Very good.
This is the number one thing. Why are we here? Block 4804, Lot 8, East 28 East Harrison Place, application number 2026-49-V, Jeffrey Cerqueira. I think I said that right. Applicant seeks approval for a first and second floor addition in violation of the following sections. 170-99C2, front yard setback, 40 feet required, 32.2 feet proposed, existing 7.8 feet variance requested. 170-99C3, right side yard setback, 10 feet required, 5 feet proposed, 5 feet variance requested. 170-99C3, left side yard setback, 10 feet required, 8 feet proposed, existing 2 feet variance requested. 170-99CC3, aggregate side yard setback, 30% allowed, 26% proposed, existing 4% variance requested.
Hello.
Hi there, how are you?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to make a wild guess that you are the homeowner, correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay, and you have somebody with you who's going to testify?
Yes, our architect.
Your architect. See, now I'm used to the architects back again because no ties. Architects are usually no ties, which that's they get to do that because they get to do fun pictures.
Okay, focus.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's the rain. It's throwing me off. All right, so why don't we get you sworn in and get you started, okay?
Okay.
All right, so do you swear and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
Okay, can you do us the favor of stating and spelling your name for the record?
My name is Ken Sellis. I'm a registered architect in New Jersey.
Okay, and can we have your qualifications on briefly, education and background?
NJIT, I graduated in 1990 and got my license in 1995. Architect in good standing. I do the 24 credits every 2 years. So I've been doing that. Highly
Okay, so
educated.
your license practice architecture, state of New Jersey is current and up to date?
Yes, it's, my license number is on the application.
Okay.
Okay, does anyone on the board have any questions or objections regarding this witness? There being no objections, the witness is accepted as expert in architecture.
Thank you.
All yours.
You'll have to refer to your papers. I didn't bring a flash drive or my laptop, so, sorry. It's the old, I notice you're all looking at your papers anyway, so I don't think you'll miss the screen presentation. Oh, I don't have a flash drive or anything. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Well, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the application, but if you don't mind, I'd like to read you the statement, the homeowner statement, and I think it pretty well encapsulates exactly what he wants to do, exactly what we're doing, and why we're doing it. So it's the statement by the Sequeira summary statement. The Sequeira family resides in a 2-story frame dwelling with 2 bedrooms on the 2nd floor, a master bedroom and a children's bedroom. As the children, a boy and a girl, leave toddlerhood, the need for separate bedrooms becomes imperative. This proposal meets the needs of the Sequeira family in a number of ways. The addition provides 2 separate children's bedrooms, a boy and a girl, with adequate closet space in each, and the alteration of the existing children's bedroom creates a private master bathroom, allowing the parents and the children to have their own separate full bathrooms. The additional 1-foot 4-inch cantilever on the right side of the proposed 2nd floor addition adds critical floor space to the 2 new bedrooms while maintaining a fire separation distance of 5 foot from the adjoining property line. That's pretty much a standard setback for fire requirements. Lastly, the 2-story addition offers enhanced architectural curb appeal with symmetrical placements of the windows on the 2nd floor and a centered decorative gable roof across the front elevation. We believe that this proposal not only meets our family's needs, but also complements the character of the neighborhood, and that the proposed addition will broaden the inherent appeal of Livingston Township. Respectfully submitted, the Sequeira family. The addition is really only 1 foot 4 inches. The variance really comes down to an additional projection on the second floor of 1 foot 4 inches into the existing property line. The left side of the property is existing, can't do anything about that, can't move the house. The front yard setback, that's existing also. Rear yard setback is not an issue. So that's about it as far as the variance is concerned. It's a very simple variance. And again, it's important to keep that 5-foot distance off the property line that's basic fire code.
So you're keeping the garage was the originally defining point at 6.4, you're keeping that level, it's only the overhang that is projecting the extra 1.4 feet that you're asking for.
The 1.4 feet is on top of the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second floor.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any questions on the board for this witness?
Yeah, I do. Like two questions, because I don't view, part of the issue is I don't view the 5 feet as just a fire issue, because the law says 10 feet, and I think it's just to have space between neighbors. So, and I do want you to get everything, the applicant to get everything they want in terms of a bigger house. I think
Right.
that sounds great. I'm concerned about the neighboring property. So my two questions are, one, have you looked at the other houses in the neighborhood? Are there any other across the street or next to you where the house, any other structures are that close to the property line? Meaning, where you propose from the cantilever to go over? And two, is there another design? I see the bedrooms, I know they're narrow, but it's a narrow lot, but is there another design where it could be 10 feet and then go back? You got a lot of, again, I'm not designing, you got a lot of room in the back. My point is that there could be an alternative that doesn't affect the neighbors as much, because it will affect the neighbors, because they're expecting 10 feet, and, you know, and I get that they're already living with, I forget the exact number, but going into that. So those are my two questions.
Yeah, if you want to answer that, he's pretty familiar with the neighborhood.
Sir, we need to swear you in. Do you swear for and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
Yes.
All right, can you just state and spell your name for the record?
Jeffrey Cerqueira, Cerqueira.
Go ahead.
As far as the street, they all look, I think my house and maybe one more, it's a small block, but my house and maybe one more look identical right now with that space that's missing. So we're trying to fill that up. And then I guess what you're talking about is that cantilever that's sticking out. As far as being that close, I mean, I'm not an architect, but there's, next to the garage, I already have, there's a cement path. So this would kind of already, if it makes sense, like the cement path is already there. This is just gonna like overhang that anyway. So I don't know if that makes a difference. And then like, they have a fence, my neighbor to my right, so the house on the right, they have a fence that comes over. I guess that is probably what you're talking about, being so close to the actual fence, or?
No, I think, just going by the law, it really just deals with structures, because they're thinking of, in my opinion of why the law is drafted, if somebody's looking out their window, how close to the next structure? So yeah, the path, to me, really doesn't count, because people, you could put pavers down, or path, or anything right up to the line. And for the fence, people could do fences all the way, I believe, to within 4 inches, I believe, is to the property line. So it's really about the structures and what the neighbors are, I say looking out into, either from their windows or from their property, you know, because there is an expectation, because that's what the law is the 10 feet.
I haven't measured property to property.
I will, let me just say for the sort of clarification, that typically, even though you would need a variance if you just went straight up, that is usually, almost all the time, granted just going straight up. Like, even though it's a violation, it's usually an easy thing, because the neighbor's been living with that for a long time, and you're just going up. Or if you were just going, which you are here as well, going back. Both of those two things tend to get a variance. Here, we're not just doing that, but we're also getting further over to the neighboring property. And combined with, you have a lot of room in the back. That's why I was hoping that something could be done so that everybody, meaning the neighbors, would be happy as well.
I did provide some photographs. They should be in your documents. They're not on the screen here.
Yeah.
But there is one particular photograph that shows the neighbor's property.
That's right.
There it is, yeah, in relationship to our proposal, or to the existing house, actually. Try it again. No. One of the photographs that I provided, let's see. I'm not the best for this. That one is one where you can see that the property line is to the right of the lawn there. You can't really see the adjacent house except in this picture. Yeah, the bottom one there. No, we're not having a... Yeah, the adjacent house is pretty much off. There you go. Okay. That one is a good one. Okay, I mean, where you have a lot of lawn there to the right side of the garage. And then the other picture shows where the neighbor's house is. And again, it's not that close. It's their setback is a good bit on their property. And I think there are a couple of other pictures there too.
I think they're all kind of a little tight on the street, though. There's not a lot of elbow
Well, I think
room
my point
in
is
general.
that a lot of the
Yeah, no, I agree,
houses
yeah.
were built, you know, with
Pre-zoned.
not adequate, not the 10-foot setbacks that are required now. You know, I mean, that's part of the neighborhood. I don't think that
Anybody else have any questions?
Well, can I
there's
make a comment?
not too much difference between this house and the adjacent houses, or even the houses across the street, really, as far as their location on the property line, which is a little bit narrow.
Does anybody else on the board have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public want to make any statements? Does anybody on the board want to make any statements? There you go.
So it is a modest addition, right? So the square footage that you're allowed in that zone is 3220, and I believe you're coming in at 1,800. So it is a modest addition. I actually think the 1-foot overhang that's cantilevered, it makes the house look a little bit more interesting. It's not just like a big box. So, I mean, it's 1 foot. So to me, I actually think it makes the house look, like I said, a little bit more interesting. But I do appreciate the fact that you are working, because it is an undersized lot. So I appreciate the fact that you are working within the constraints of your undersized lot. And I think that the house fits appropriately on the lot.
Thank you.
Does anybody else on the board want to make any comments?
No, I concur, right? I think you made it modest, as my colleague says, right? I think you are pushing the boundaries on the side, and I think if we thought you were being a little too piggish on what you're trying to do, but I think that allows you to go from a 10-foot wide bedroom to 11 foot 4 inches, and while your kids might be coming out of toddlerhood now, I understand they will take more and more space as they get older, so I appreciate you trying to do the right thing to extend your time in the town, and you did the minimum that you could do to make sufficient bedrooms for your children, so I wish you a lot of luck.
Thank you.
You'll need a bigger refrigerator, too, at one point. Does anybody?
Yeah, that proposed storage might be for the food.
Does anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
You're never fast enough.
Mr. Sherman?
Mr. Horn.
Mr. Horn?
You did that twice.
Did you make the motion?
You're all over the place tonight. Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Ms. Yuan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yeah, and even though I'm not happy about how close, but the fact that no neighbors have come forth, combined with it's only 50 foot and you got to fit something on, I'm also approving.
Is that yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Little commentary. Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Block 6800, Lot 40, 159 West Hobart Gap Road, application number 2026-54-V, Manish Rathod. Applicant seeks approval for a side and rear addition in violation of the following sections: 170-96C2, front yard setback, 75 feet required, 74.4 feet proposed, existing .6 feet variance requested. 170-96C4, rear yard setback, 75 feet required, 72.6 feet proposed, 2.4 feet variance requested. 170-87CC, habitable floor area ratio, 15% allowed, 16.74 proposed, 1.74% variance requested.
Welcome.
So I'm going to make a wild guess here that you are the owners of the home, correct? All right. And it's a nice night out for the two of you. And yeah, yeah, really.
I made sure I dress up properly.
All right, you have your architect with you tonight, right? Okay, so let's get you sworn in. Do you swear affirm and tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
I do.
All right, can you please do us a favor stating and spelling your name for the record?
My name is Afshan Vendel, Afshan. Last name is Vendel, Vandal. I have a bachelor's degree in architecture and I have a master's degree in architecture. I got my license in 2008. I've been practicing ever since and have appeared in front of many boards, and actually I've appeared in front of this board many times since last 10, 15 years.
Does anyone?
And your license to practice is...
My license is in order, and no problems there.
Does anyone on the board have any questions or objections regarding this witness? There being no objections, the witness is accepted as expert in architecture.
Okay.
All yours.
So we are doing a couple of minor expansions to the house, single-story expansions. Basically, I'm going to go over the existing floor plan. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah. So this is the existing house, first floor, where we are making the additions. One thing that's lacking over here is a family room. And they have a room on the garage level, but that's so far away from the main hub that does not really meet the requirements of the family. So, and they have a really long living room which cannot really be subdivided properly into a family room and in a living room. And then they have another elongated dining area which is really very narrow to fit a proper dining table. So what they would like to have, and we are proposing, is use the existing dining area as a breakfast area, and then subdivide the long living area into a proper sitting area on one side, and a dining room, and a family room expansion at the back. So that family room is where the family is probably going to be spending most of their time, because the existing living room is not designed to really serve them well. They have a family, they have extended family, they do need to maybe separate the children from the from the adults. So what I'm proposing is that to expand at the back where the existing deck ends, like right here. So we are just expanding where the existing deck is, and we are keeping where we are going a little bit on the side while keeping the 15-foot side setback, and then trying to get a nice width of the family room and aligning with existing where we had the deck. It didn't kind of create a backyard setback problem, but the only thing was that since we are aligning it and we are looking for a good depth there, the existing deck was actually at, let me just read these numbers off. The deck was at 72.6, so while doing the family room exactly at the same location, it generated a 2.4 feet variance for the back setback. The front, the homeowner wanted office on this floor because they work from home most of the time, and just perhaps having the children after school and all, it really helps to have a office at the same floor. So we are aligning with the front yard, front of the house, and then just providing office slash a prayer room that's like, it is going to be subdivided in a kind of a prayer room and an office on one side. We are not encroaching into the front yard. We are aligning the expansion on the side with the front yard. However, I understand that does still require a variance of see, the existing front yard required is 75 feet, and the existing is 74.4, so we are requesting a 0.6 feet variance so that we can align the expansion with the house, and we are, as I said, not really encroaching into the existing non-compliant front yard setback. Now, let me go over the bulk requirements over here. We have a considerably undersized lot as compared to what is required in this zone. It is like we would call more like an R2 zone lot rather than an R1 lot. So that is kind of generating a little bit overage on the habitable floor area ratio, and it's only 1.74% that we are requesting. It would have if the lot was a regular size as required in this zone, we would have been way under the required 15% on this. And since some of the areas on the garage level are oversized but not very usable for the family. So this study and the garage, it is on the grade level, and therefore it is being included in the, if it was in the basement level, it would have been easier, but it's being included in the floor area ratio percentage. And including all that areas, we are like only about 1.74, we're requesting a 1.74 floor area ratio variance, a relief for 1.74%. And I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And we have the homeowner here. If you have any questions for them, you could probably ask them.
So you're essentially replacing the decks with some building?
Exactly.
With a little bit of, pretty close.
We're modifying the deck also a little bit, but we are
Understood.
not encroaching more than the deck in the backyard.
Right.
It's right there.
And you're matching the front yard, which is really a very de minimis
It's
overage anyway.
0.6 feet
Yeah.
only.
Does anybody have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this witness? Does anybody in the public want to make any statements regarding this application? Does anybody in the board want to make any statements regarding this application?
I'll just make a comment. I very much appreciate it, right? You outrightly say you have an undersized lot for the zone. You're really more in an R2 size zone, and even in that, your square footage is still under what you could be, so I appreciate you not trying to go for the maximum rung that you can in the modest addition to accommodate your family, and we appreciate when you take that into account, so thank you.
Someone on the board want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All right,
There you go.
Just for a change.
Okay. Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Mr. Shah?
Yes.
Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Ms. Yuan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Congratulations. It's very nice.
Good luck. And last but not least, thank you for waiting. Come on up, let's go. What? You got to call it.
I'm
Yeah.
calling, I have to find my thing. Hang on. Okay.
Hold it.
Wait,
We got to officially call you.
Sorry, even though you're here. Block 2901, Lot 6, 19 Sycamore Terrace, application number 2026-42-V, Constantine Kaplan Applicant seeks approval for a two-story addition in violation of the following sections: 170-87BB3, habitable floor area 3,520 square feet allowed, 3,578 square feet proposed, 58 square foot variance requested. 180-87CC3, habitable floor area ratio 21% allowed, 24.5% proposed, 3.5% variance requested.
Okay, so, sir?
My name is Konstantin Kaplan. I am applicant 19 Sycamore Terrace.
Okay, so we need to do two things. Number one, I need to get you sworn in, and number two, can you do us the favor when you do speak, get close to the mic?
Okay, sure.
And then just speak slowly, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, so let's get you sworn in first. Do you swear affirm, tell the truth for the zoning board tonight?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, you are the homeowner, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you're Mr. Kaplan.
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Kaplan, why don't you go ahead and explain to the board what you're planning on doing?
Okay. So I'm planning to make addition to change home from split home to colonial. It's actually addition on the backyard. If you want, I explain on the drawings. As professional, I can do it as well. Can I see? Okay. 1 second. It's okay. So it was existing split house, and proposal to add on the back side additional 2 feet storage, and from the left side it's 3 feet just to fit to planning to make correct planning of layout. It's just minimum. We need to reduce amount of space, just 3.5 feet. If you see on the house, it's actually we keep same foundation, we keep basement, we keep garage, so we add first floor 1 feet up, and after that additional second floor. It's change second floor fully, and from the planning perspective you can see it's first floor. It's still keep same garage. We added 2 rooms, 1 office, 1 dining room. It's grating room, kitchen, and guest room. This first floor. Second floor, it's half. Second floor. Second floor is just 4 bedroom on second floor. That actually normal house for this neighborhood. It's fit exactly for 4-5 houses in this area. Exactly on. You can see on the photo. It's same houses we have in neighborhood. Same size, same houses. It's Sycamore 21, Sycamore 23, Sycamore 25, Sycamore 22, same houses, even Browning 10 on the back side of this house, it's same size of the houses.
I have a question.
Go ahead. Yes.
So I'm just trying to get my head around this. So it's currently a split.
Yes.
It's not that you're just putting an addition on, you're actually effectively reconstructing the first and second floors to make it a colonial as opposed to sometimes
I
you see
just
people.
getting up. Let me show this point. It's a little bit Windows. It's not okay. So second, first floor. Let me find first floor. So you see this this line existing floor. This dash line. It's existing house. So I'm getting up 1 feet for this area. So garage is still on the down.
Yep.
And all house start from this floor on the first floor, and second floor above. That's all.
Okay. So you're reconstructing the first floor to kind of flatten the first floor out from a split, and then putting a second floor, so turning a split effectively
Just 1
into a
feet
traditional
allow
colonial.
me to do this.
I got you. Thank you very much.
I have a question. On the second floor, outside of the master bedroom, you have a little balcony terrace, right?
Yes.
There's no plan to enclose it into the room? Okay.
No, just sitting.
Would you make that a condition once it's approved, that the balcony will stay as a balcony, not wrapped around and make it into part of a room?
No.
Okay.
You can talk, you can just have to come up and you have to be sworn in.
I just have a question about, I'm looking at the roof height. It looks like at the peak of the roof, it's 8 feet 10 inches. At the top, yeah.
It's peak of the roof. It's again peak of the roof counting on base of 4 points. So on base of 4 points, we have 34 feet.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm not under, so the attic height is 8 feet, almost, right, it's almost 9 feet. That's what I'm seeing here. 8 feet 10 inches is the roof height. See the number on the right, it says 810, so that's the roof height.
On the right,
Oh, I'm on page
which
A2.
elevation?
Page A2.
So, sir, if you go, I just want to make sure you're looking at the same thing that Ms. Khan is. So if you go over to sheet A2.
A2, okay.
Okay. And then
Top left,
You-
top
if you-
left.
right, left.
It's
diagram.
A3, okay, A2. A1, A1, this one?
There's a window, too. It just has a-
Okay, okay, and
Do you see that?
Scroll up a little bit.
Yep.
okay, it's,
And it's 8, you see where it says 810? To the uppermost peak of the attic.
Right in between attic and roof.
Right.
okay,
And there's a window there. How do you access that space?
it just downstairs, it just,
And that's, so
it's not living area, just attic, that's all.
so that could also be a condition of approval, that does not become, okay.
Just only for condition.
Okay, because it is pretty, 8 feet is pretty high, so we'll just make that a condition of approval. That does not become, living space, right?
It's just attic
Okay.
without access.
It's aesthetic.
Normal.
Okay.
It's stair,
Okay.
that's all.
Question on the family room. So is that a double height, or is it says 12? What's the height?
It's
I'm trying to figure
12, it's not double,
It's 12 feet? Okay, so it's not gonna, and
no,
so,
that's exactly one of question that I had with zoning.
Right, for
12
counting
feet to avoid this
double counting.
It's- yeah.
Right, so you're not double counting that space,
No,
right?
no.
And it looks like also in the front entrance as well, there's no double, there's no
No double,
second,
no.
right, so there's no double counting.
Correct.
So, Mr. Kaplan, let me just cover a couple of things so the record is complete.
Yeah.
You're asking for 2 variances.
Correct.
The first variance you're asking for is habitable floor area. And that one, in the district, in the R3 zone, 3,520 square feet is allowed, 3,578 square feet is proposed.
Correct.
So you're over by 58 square feet.
Correct.
Okay. Now, is the reason for that because of a particular?
This foundation, it was difficult to make layout to get to this footage, that reason.
So so what you're saying is you're going over that because it's a better design alternative
Yes.
to do that, to make the house look correct in terms of how you're designing it, in
Correct.
terms of changing it from a split level to a colonial, which fits in with the character of the neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, you're also asking for habitable floor area ratio.
Yes.
21% is allowed, 24.5% is proposed, so you're over by 3.5%.
Correct.
Now, the lot that you're on, you have a garage, correct?
Yes.
And so there's the ability to park cars off the street, right? You've got enough parking spaces, correct?
Yes.
And the lot itself can accommodate this size of home for the utilities and the people and.
We absolutely have enough space. We are not. We actually designed so we are not according to zoning requirements. We designed to
Okay. And
calculate all side back, even on the backyard, you can see it exists 76 feet.
Okay, and your lot is slightly undersized comparatively to what the zone has, correct?
It's 200 feet something.
So would it be fair to say because the lot is somewhat smaller and because of the design alternatives, that's why you're asking for the habitable floor area ratio, correct?
Because little bit smaller than size of R3 zone, it has impact on the percentage, on ratio of the.
But you agree with me, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody on the board have any other questions? Does anybody in the public have any questions for this? Please, come on up. Good evening. We're going to swear you in.
Okay.
Oh, is it we're doing question or comment? Question?
Yeah, I'm
comment?
the next door neighbor.
Yeah, that's fine. No, we just want to do.
Well, at this point, sir, this is the time to, if you have any questions
I do.
versus comments. So if you have
Go straight.
questions, go ahead. Please state your name and address for the record.
Yeah, Dr. Stephen Rosenbaum, 17 Sycamore Terrace.
Floor is yours. Ask him a question.
I don't understand with the addition, where is that 58 square feet coming from?
So I think if I can, just to help Mr. Kaplan, because he's not a professional architect, okay? So, Mr. Kaplan, what the gentleman is asking is that 58 square feet that you're over, okay? you're adding space to the first floor, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you're adding space to the second floor, correct?
Correct.
So what is that 58 square feet? Is that generated by the addition in the second floor or the addition in the first floor? Is it both?
It's both.
Okay, because what you're doing on the first floor is you're adding more general living space, and on the second floor, you're adding more bedroom space.
More on the second floor. It's less on the first floor. Because even some rooms I did a little bit less than I expected, and just to fit to this site. So it's most on second floor.
Okay.
It was playing on second floor, not.
All right, so-
First floor, it's most we was using existing patio.
Okay.
Did that answer your question, or? Let me see if I can answer a little bit for you. The 58 feet is the amount, 58 square feet is the amount that the calculation shows the house is over what is allowed by the zoning rules in this zone. So you're allowed 52, where am I? 3520, and he's at 3578.
Right. So my question is, are you moving the side of the house or the back of the house to gain that square footage?
Back.
Just the back?
Yes.
So it's not going to move to the side, the left side?
Left side, I'm moving 3 feet.
So I heard Mr. Weissman say that you need
Just
10
let me
feet.
show. Let me show.
Well, let me, so the, okay, so what Mr. Kaplan's going to put up in a second, and I think it may be, may be helpful. Ms. Kaplan, can you make that the part of the survey where you shows the addition?
Yes.
So I think that may help. Okay. So
we have in this situation distance from the line certain feet, which 3 feet moving.
Okay,
Only
so-
3 feet.
So, sir, you said you're a next-door neighbor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, are you on the left side of that house or the right
If
side?
you look at it, you'll-
facing the house, we're to the left.
Okay, so when you look at that, you'll see there's a hash mark for the addition, right? So you see that the majority of the addition is to the rear, and then there's a slight addition to the left going towards your house.
Yeah.
But he's still within the setback requirements. So he's getting 3 feet closer, approximately.
3 feet
but-
more than.
But he's still well within the setback requirement.
So he's supposed to be 10 feet away. He's going from 16.6 towards, at the rear, to 13.09. Essentially
What about
13.
on the left side?
That's on the left side, correct. It'll be at about 3.5 feet closer to the property line, but he has to be 10 feet away without having a variance, so he's within allowance.
So the current distance is 16 and a half?
16.6, 16.9 in the front, 16.6 in the back. It's a little wacky.
Okay. Okay.
You just gotta go
So
by the
it's
line.
fully within the allowed distance?
Yes. Otherwise, he would have to have a variance for that. He does not have a variance for that. He
I
has a
see.
variance for the area and the area ratio.
Okay. So this is not an application for a variance there?
Correct.
No.
Correct.
Okay.
No. It's just footage.
There's no question.
All right.
Okay. No, good, thank you, thank you. While you're here, do you have any comments you'd like to make? Because that's the next part. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Does anyone on the board want to make any comments regarding this application? Does anybody want to make a motion?
I'll go for it.
I will second my normal next door neighbor, I will second tonight. You're far away.
Mr. Shaw,
Yes.
Mr. Horn,
Yes. Oh, sorry. Subject to the conditions that
yes,
we
subject-
discussed, which are,
Pull down,
where the heck did I write it?
the attic would be pulled downstairs,
So the-
not livable space.
And the balcony cannot be enclosed. So the two conditions are, the balcony remains the balcony and will not be enclosed to livable space, and the pull downstairs and the attic will not be habitable. Approved.
okay. So yes, Mr. Horn?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Sherman?
Yes.
Ms. Yuan?
Yes.
Mr. Weissman?
Yes.
Ms. Khan votes yes. Mr. Beer?
Yes.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you for your
Motion to
time.
adjourn?
Thank you.
Anyone?
Okay, motion.
Motion.
Anyone want a second? All in favor? Goodbye.
Second it.